If you are considering moving to Boston's North End, get ready to be excited because it is awesome and I'm speaking from my own experience there. So let's get started with all the things that the North End has to offer. Living in Boston is great, especially in the North End, because there's so much to do. And honestly, it's just a great lifestyle being in one of the best parts of Boston. So if you're relocating to Boston, what's up, everybody? This is Joe with the Turco Group right here in Boston, Massachusetts. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything about working, eating, sleeping, living, playing, and what it's like to live in the North End, make sure you tap that subscribe button, click the little bell so that you're notified every time we do a new video. Honestly, we get so many phone calls, texts, emails every day from people who are relocating here, and we absolutely love it. If you're thinking about moving anywhere in the area, relocating, or coming here to stay, make sure you give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even send Paul Revere. Days, nights, weekends, however you want to get a hold of us, we've got your back when moving to Boston, especially the North End. What is the North End? Well, it's one of Boston's most famous parts of the city and best neighborhoods. It's homey and comfortable with a community vibe. The North End is a magnificent neighborhood in Boston where it has great food options, largely Italian, but plenty of others, beautiful brownstone buildings, friendly people pretty much everywhere. It has easy access to Logan Airport and other awesome neighborhoods like the South End, the Seaport, and Charlestown, all right nearby, all very easy to get to. It's more affordable than the South End. Some of the buildings are definitely older than other parts of Boston, so you have to be a little discerning, but overall, you're gonna have a great experience. But that's the thing. One of the reasons why I love making these videos is because I get to tell about my experiences here in Boston, both in helping people with real estate, but also just as a resident and living. So make sure again that you're clicking that subscribe button and you're checking out what we have to offer in terms of how we can help you privately should you be relocating here and you need to figure out where to live, what the best opportunities are, and what's going to be the best fit for you. But let's get back into it and let's go for the North End. So it's definitely a different type of lifestyle living in the North End. You are in probably one of the best locations in terms of being able to have access to literally everything Boston has to offer. You're going to have easy access to Logan, like I mentioned. You're going to be walking distance from the West End and from downtown Boston, the financial district, and all of the great things that that has to offer if you decide to venture out of your small little North End community. And remember, folks, it's the North End. We don't call it Little Italy. That's not what we do here. Make sure that you're being smart. Come on now. But to give you kind of a feel for what it's like, it honestly is like you're stepping into Europe and old school Europe. Everything just feels a little bit older. So make sure to grab a gelato from one of the street side vendors. You're going to want it while you're either waiting for, a pastry from Mike's or Modern, or if you're waiting in line to get into one of the different restaurants. But walking around, you're going to notice immediately that it has that kind of old world feel wrapped right into the city. It's got the water, it's got a lot of history around it. And yes, you're going to see tourists every single day. And yes, there are some very old school parts of, the North End where they have restaurants where they're only open while they have food. So like, you want a slice of pizza? Well, they open at like 10:45 in the morning, and chances are they're going to be sold out by 3 p.m. So it's going back to that kind of old world feel of like, hey, we're open, we're here, we love you, only until food runs out, and it always runs out. But let's get into that. The North End is known for its food, and the North End is perhaps Boston's most iconic dining district. And for good reason. Its character and old world charm is not only well preserved, but also lovingly tended to, creating a neighborhood where throwback red sauce joints mingle with modern takes on, Italian food. There's even a couple, just a few, non-Italian stellar eateries that you're gonna want to check out. It can be a little overwhelming to people who actually live in Boston to decide where to eat when they're in our neighborhood. But that's also something that I'm going to help you with right now, because if you're trying to decide to move here, you're going to want to know where the locals are. When it comes to the North End's abundance of tourist choked restaurants, it takes a lot of work to figure out which spots are actually good versus which spots you need to avoid, like the tourists in line who will ask you to pronounce Worcester like it's some kind of party trick. I mean, nobody likes that, especially when you're just trying to relax after working and get home. That's what I've done for you. Here are the 5 spots in the North End that you can trust, that are amazing, and that you definitely want to check out. So the first one, Neptune Oyster. Phenomenal food, definitely great for date nights. Awesome, awesome, awesome. We're gonna keep this moving right along. So the next one, Daily Catch. Look it up. You're not gonna find out anything, crazy, but you have to experience it. You have to go check it out. It's something that you're gonna want to see. The next, Preza, one of my favorite places. I'm not even gonna tell you, just look it up, go there. You're gonna see amazing. I love it. The next one is Locale, and again, it's where you're gonna just have to look it up. You're gonna have to trust me. You're gonna have to go check it out. But you'll probably see me there 1 or 2 nights a week. It is one of my favorite places in the North End. And if you're looking for a slice, I'm sorry, Regina Pizza, you are not very good. But one of my hands down favorite places have slices as big as your head, Ernesto's Pizza. Amazing. Sauce is good. Just, it's perfect. If you really want to get into it about pizza, definitely check out the Facebook group Boston Pizza Wars. I'm not even kidding you. It's a thing, but Ernesto's is perfect. So let's get to the thick of it. Housing in the North End. You're going to find a pretty vibrant mix of different feels. But one of the things to know is that it's really old and it's an older part of the city. So you're gonna find things like narrow stairways, not really super efficient, effective floor plans, very small, cramped spaces. And if you're, potentially renting, especially, it's not always gonna be in the top condition. It's not like Beacon Hill or the Seaport where everything is like shiny and new. This definitely has that kind of European, old school New England grit. It feels like it. It's not where everything is bright, shiny, and new. Now, that's not to say that there aren't available condos and townhouses and brownstones that have been gorgeously refinished and look amazing. They have those. We're selling them every single month. It's a great place to live and to purchase a property, but just want to set expectations on what you can expect. Now, renters, it's going to be a little expensive, so be prepared for that. It is one of the better parts of the city in terms of togetherness and lifestyle and just all the different amenities, and you're going to end up paying for that. Now, if you're looking to purchase, again, you're in Boston. We're one of the most expensive cities in the country. Don't let the sticker shock get to you. It's okay. We'll get through it. We'll help you find the perfect thing. Remember, the only way for us to help you, though, is to reach out. Days, nights, weekends, text, call, email, however you want to. We've got your back when moving to Boston. But that's the big thing is, it's going to be where at the end of the day, real estate in the North End is not going to be super expansive. It's going to be smaller areas. Parking is going to be at a premium, and that's big to know. But you're probably not going to need a car. Walkability is huge. Everything you can ever think of is within a short distance away, and you're going to absolutely love having all of the city right there at your fingertips. I'm telling you, it's one of the best spots to buy or rent in the entire city. Okay, so here's the thing. Not everything is just roses and olive oil and wine and awesomeness in the North End. If I'm just going to be brutally honest with you, there's a lot of tourists. I mean, when I say there's a lot, I mean, it is downright annoying. It is intrusive. And, sometimes the tourists, Even though, your neighbors are nice, the people of Boston are nice, the North End residents are nice, sometimes the tourists aren't super respectful. A lot of times they're going to not know where to park, and they're going to take spaces that they shouldn't be in, or they're not going to understand that there are certain rules here in Boston and also certain traditions that we follow. It's not always like super rosy, and the other part of it is you're living in one of the older parts of town. A lot of things are just that, old, and they tend to break. So it means that you're either going to need to have it fixed, whether it's on the interior of the building, like your unit, or, there's a lot of exterior renovations that need to happen on buildings. And that means that every once in a while, you might get a special assessment from your condo association. But don't let that scare you away. It is far outweighed by all of the positive things. Okay, so one of my favorite websites has a couple rankings for the North End of Boston. So let's get into them. According to niche.com, one of the places that I love checking out and sending clients to see things, the North End is one of the best neighborhood for young professionals in all of Boston. It is ranked number 4 overall out of 24 distinct neighborhoods that comprise Boston. It's also ranked number 8 out of 24 for the best neighborhoods to raise a family in Boston. I'm not gonna say that, being a place where my heritage, me being Italian, plays any influence on that, but we're all really loving people, and that means it's usually a good place. Again, according to niche.com, overall Boston, best neighborhoods to live in, it is ranked number 9 out of 24. So it's one of those places where if you want that central location, you want that great food, you want the easy access, not only to amenities in town, dining, and things like that, but you want to be able to get out, get away, go on vacation, hop over to Europe, hop over to New York City, hop over to the West Coast. You got Logan Airport right there. It's super easy. Those are the things that you need to know about living in the North End of Boston. Leave me a comment, tell me what you thought, and if you disagree, I want to know in the comments as well. If there's something that I left out that I should be keeping in mind, drop that too. Or if you just need help with either selling, buying, renting, or investing in Boston's North End or the greater Boston area, make sure to reach out, because we are here to help, and those are all things that we love to help you with privately. But the only way we can do that is if you do my favorite thing and what makes my day each day, and that's reach out. So make sure to call, text, or email days, nights, weekends, whenever's best and most convenient for you. We're here for you. We've got your back when moving to Boston. Can't wait to see you guys, and looking forward to that next video. If you haven't already, go check out some of the different playlists we have on the channel and see more information about moving to Boston.